What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Let me get everything all set up here. Give me one more moment here, y'all. So sorry. Trying to get all of my windows set up in the... There we are. All right, here we go. So I'm going to work... I want to work on my fire pally a little today. Very much still a work in progress. Need to go through and get blessings. In fact, what do we need? We still need Fall of the Outcast. That one is... You can get XP on that one, I think. It looks like I've got most of the other important blessings. Let's go grab Fall of the Outcast here real quick. In fact, do I want to just jump forward to this one? Yeah, let's just get this blessing. And then we can kind of move along from there. So I grinded out a ton of Woven Echoes last night, and I never realized how you get such incredibly good materials from all that. Definitely having some... Not exactly burning. Ooh, and I got smacked. I definitely got some single target damage issues, it seems. Alright, let's just go without the Harbinger and just wreck the boss and get the blessing and move on. I'm not sure how far this build's gonna make it. I'm using the Eye of Reen, so... You know, you get 300% ignite damage and 150% crit multi off of that if you keep it at 30 stacks. So I'm into crit chance. There's 9% increased experience. Let's grab that. And we can get on out of here. Let's go to a different timeline now. Let's see, I think I was working on Age of Winter last night. Trying to get a different blessing. Let's see, yeah, we're up to 145 corruption. Looks like I stopped on a death. Let's just go, let's go up. Gonna end up having the same problem I have on my VK, and that is I just don't have enough health. I think is going to be the challenge on this one. What up, Mr. Lawrence? How you doing? So I got rid of the Smite Sword to use a tier 8 fire damage over time champion affix. Oh yeah, we spinning it up. I mean, I think we're at 100% crit chance, right? 97, so pretty close. So keeping the stacks up is just a matter of bosses. You know, it's just the Judgment Pally is just so strong. It's just so tremendously boring to play. But I think the thing to do as far as power would definitely be go Judgment Pally and then set it up for Reflect. Seems to me would be the play. But yeah, I think I'm going to have the same problem that I had on the Void Knight, and that is I don't have enough health stacked in. I don't know if I want to fix that through gear, or do I want to fix that through my skill tree, but I'm going to need to do something with it, for sure. That, and I'm using the Shattered Worlds right now, too, which... I don't know, between the Shattered Worlds and the Omnis, I'm using a Shattered Worlds and an Omnis right now. I feel like you lose out a little bit of potential on what the build could actually get to. It's not as visually impressive either without the smites going. I tried using those fire tornado gloves too, and it seemed like a good addition. And you can set those up with, or those have fire resistant shred on them naturally, but they also just burned my mana. What do I have on the Weaver tree? I got confluences. Of course, none popped. Mana's a massive problem for you at the moment with your Witchfire build. Right now, the way this Pally build is set up, we actually consume no mana. So our mana just stays full. I mean, we use it when we pop, like Holy Aura. But it just completely refills before the cooldown is up again. All right. What do we have? We'll throw those in there. You don't even notice the 100% haste from the Shattered Worlds until you take it off. It doesn't feel like I'm going all that fast, but the second I take that off, it's a very noticeable difference. I kind of want to use those Wings of Argentus. But I just, you know, my health is just way too low currently. It's doing good now. Like I said, my worry is the one-shots. But I feel like I could... Well, I'll definitely adjust the corruption up if I get one of those confluences to pop. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the Void Knight. Just, it's more upfront damage, I guess. So it feels way, way stronger when you're just playing through it. I still don't know what kind of Acolyte build I want to do yet. Getting the crit chance up, I definitely feel, because I've got Leech, but the problem is I was leeching off of a really, really low damage number. So just getting the crit chance up for the Eye of Reen was seriously noticeable. See, that's a regular Echo, not a Confluence. So let's just keep going up and hope we run into one here. If there was a way to make Judgment proc off of another ability or on hit or something like that, that would be absolutely incredible. Because then you could go into the aura, you know, and just have it travel with you. Ooh, hello. Oh, wow, right next to each other. All right, let's see. Where do we want to go? So basically, I went through to get the attack speed here. I got the attack speed in Forge Guard. Um, went with a little bit of survivability here, but plus some melee damage. And I was debating on going into this. You know what? I think we will. We'll go 5 points into that. That'll give me 10% increased health and a 25% chance to absorb health on kill. That should help the dying situation. Yeah, see, we're just going to have to do a regular echo. Or a regular Oribus, I should say. Hopefully this, So with that Witchfire build, the Witchfire procs from Fishers, or what does the Witchfire proc from? What did we get? Health regen. We'll just banish that. Oh, from Ignite or Damned, I see. We need to at least get up over 200 to get some more blessing options here. Downfall of the Righteous. Is that where the ability comes from? All right, what do we got? Cold resist. Endurance threshold. Well, I mean, we got a higher endurance threshold roll. And did you get part of it from the passive tree? I remember SciTech being really excited about a Witchfire build last season. Throw those in there. Alright, what are we going to get? 32. See, I need to get one of those stupid Confluence of Oblivions to pop up so I can get the corruption level up and don't have to grind through it here. Doing a low health ward version. Not stand in the fire. Shit, man, he did fire globes one after the other there. All right. Well, that got us up a little higher, but we're just not we're not over 200. 177. Using the Architects of Astral Blood. I got pretty mixed emotions on what they use on this guy. I'm using this axe as my primordial. At 660% increased fire damage over time. And the bleed converted to ignite. I'd love to farm a better one, but, you know, I just have had no luck. That goes up to 700% too. Wow. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good roll on the one I have. All right, let's see how 177 does. Hopefully I get one of those confluences to pop up. Yeah, PoE2's got a drops campaign going on. Kind of a low roll on the implicit. You re-roll that though. I've been queuing it up when I go to bed for the PoE2 stuff. I usually watch Quinn. He's just, in my opinion, the most entertaining of all the PoE2 streamers. I mean, it feels like it's clearing the maps okay. I mean, we obviously need to get the level up if we can ever get a confluence here to pop. I might just go to a graveyard and throw one in. I've got a bunch of them. You know what? Let's go save that Army of Sin for a Nemesis. I don't think the Pally will get as high as the Void Knight now. I feel like there's a single target damage issue. I mean, we'll find out. I think you would have to go into, you would have to do like a traditional Void Knight build and go into, like a tier 8 mana, channeling costs on the helm and all that stuff. And then, use the DPS node. I mean, you might be able to, can't remember what the heck it's called. Oop. Then we could use Warrior's Fury, which is just really powerful. I couldn't use it now, though. Must have unequipped something and equipped it back. I almost feel like I pull a point out of movement speed to get the damage up. In fact, let's just do that. We'll pull 1 point out of there. The difference with the Void Knight to the Pally is, you know, the Pally is a lot more focused on the dot damage, where the Void Knight's got the time rot damage, but the bulk of my damage comes up front damage, you know, and is using time rot just as a way to buff my upfront damage. And it feels like, to me, it just does way more single target. I'm sure I'm gonna run into some survivability issues at some point, but I don't know where that will be as far as just running through maps. Something feels a little janky with the game too right now. I think I might need to restart it. Alright, we got that point back. Let's put it there. I don't know, like the audio sounds distorted to me a little bit. I know there's been a bunch of audio issues this update. I think I'm going to restart the game after this map. Let's do that. Let me restart here real quick. Something doesn't feel right. Or sound right or whatever. Oops, accidentally switched screens. There it goes. I keep getting sidetracked on wanting to play around with getting these other builds set up, but what I should do is work on that Reflect Shaman, because that will be like the ultimate high corruption farmer, you know? Or get my Void Knight dialed in, which my Void Knight's still not dialed in. Alright, come on, Confluence. You know what? I'm going to do this. Because something feels off with them. They're not popping at all. $19 unspent points. How the hell did I get 19 unspent points? Alright, let's see. Oh, I don't have anything there at all. What is that one? Weapon or jewelry slot. Just throw that in there for now. Pack size. All right, let's just go with that. All right, so yeah, anyway, hopefully we get a Confluence. I don't really need any gear, so I'm just going to focus on XP or gold nodes. I'll at least take that for the shard. I probably don't actually need any shards at this point, but... yeah, I mean, as far as getting through the maps, it's doing fine. But it's just like I said, it's that single target on the bosses. I don't even think I have the points in yet for the increased ignite damage when I pop Holy Aura. And I definitely need an absolute crap load of Weaver Idols, so I can't believe I haven't gotten more of them just playing on my Void Knight. Oh no. A Tomb Guardian just happened to be there too. Necrotic penetration and necrotic resist. Let's see. Well, we can throw those in. Gonna have to kick my AC on it. It's starting to get a little warm in here. All right, what do we got here? I want that for the shaman, but I don't want the stun on there. All right, what do we have to roll? We got this one. Oh wow, 6 Weaver's Touch. I want to re-roll that one. Ideally, I think we want all of these. Like if I could have those in every slot. Fire Pen, increased damage over time, and chance to apply frailty. I think that would be the ideal one in probably every slot. All right. Still no confluence is popping. I really want to, I mean, I'm going to have it at 200 here pretty quick anyway, but I was really hoping to be able to play around with a higher corruption and see when I start getting slapped in the mouth. Champions and stuff seem fine with the damage. It's just the boss fight. Sometimes the bosses seem like they burn really slow. should have just went in the tomb. Gonna be a long run back. All right, let me crack my AC on real quick, y'all, because it is just getting warm, warm, warm. 1 sec here. It was supposed to not be very hot outside today, but it's just starting to cook. All right, did we just go to the tomb and put in a confluence? What's up, SciTech? I am back on the Pally, trying to give it another whirl here to get things dialed in. I think I'm just going to go to that cemetery and manually put in a confluence of oblivion. That way I can get the corruption up. So I got rid of the smite sword, and I'm using a tier 8 fire dot multi-axe. Mixed emotions on it. Oof. Bricked my boots. Yeah, there's just none popping up. So I'm just going to go into the cemetery and do one. That way I can, you know, I'll just take it up to 300. And then, well, I mean, I'll have to take it back down to 300. And then, see how it does there. I think at 300 I'll probably be getting one tapped a bunch, but we'll see here. Oh shoot, enter the cemetery. Good lord, I'm in a cemetery and here I'm trying to find the objective. Yeah, I don't know, mixed emotions on what to do here. Like I said, I almost feel like it might have to go like traditional Warpath build and stack into mana and channel cost. And then take Warrior's Fury, but I also feel like it was better. Like, I feel like it might have been better off to take all fire damage instead of dot damage or ignite damage. That way it applies to my melee hit too. I don't know, the bigger my melee hits get, the more leech I have, and the easier it is to stay alive, because, you know, a percentage of absolute garbage is absolute garbage, of course. Lightning damage on that one. That's a bummer. Thanks for following there, Yad. Appreciate it. Or if there was a way to make the ignite damage go off instantly, I think that would be really good too. Because, I mean, like, we're stacking them. I mean, it's not huge, but we've got 300 stacks of ignite going there, you know? What's going on, Ejecto? How you doing? Alright, so we want to manually put a confluence in. I'm going to pop it right there. And then that ward decay threshold kind of stinks on that one. Alright, so let's do the confluence and get our corruption up. And then we'll have to lower it back down to something a little more realistic, but hopefully we can complete this one without standing into the fire. You guys will see what I mean with the single target damage here. I mean, with the gear I have, you would think that this guy would just evaporate instantly. Yeah, it just takes forever to kill him. Now, if I could stay on him more, you know, once I get my survivability up a little bit more. But yeah, it just takes forever to get through them. Let's see, where were we going? We were going into this. Oof. Yeah, I just feel like I'm on the verge of dying at all times. Constant butt pucker. That's not a good place to be. But yeah, like I said, I think if I would have went more fire damage instead of dot multis, it would have been better off. Well, there we go. We got him. Of course, he's not going to drop a belt for me because he's a dick. Now we're going to have to lower it back down because there's no way we can do 1,000 corruption. But we'll bring it down to like 300 and see how it is. But yeah, the single target damage is just bad. What should we put it at? I mean, can always come back and lower it down more. Let's be ballsy and we'll put it at like 400 or high 300s. I'm sure I'll be getting one tap then, but 366. Let's take it to 396. All right, let's see how ugly this is. I might just get one tapped by everything. You see my health dip down every single encounter. Maybe I need to put more into leech. I think putting more into leech would resolve that. Oh, right in the mouth. 2,300 crit. Let me see. What could I do? Like, I took all the points out of World Eater. Let's see. I got some stray points in, too, that I never fixed. So getting a few points back shouldn't be too tough.
Hello, traveler.
Like that one. We can only go 5 there. We get the fire pen there, so I kind of want to go with it. There's 5. I need 1 more point. I mean, I can get rid of this altogether because it's not doing anything. Oh, wait a minute, we can't. Looks like we got to keep 2 points in. What was the node it was doing? Faith armor. Let me see. Let's put 2 points there.
Hello, traveler.
And then we'll pull those 2 points out. The 20% bonus is kind of nice. All right, now that's not going to stop me from getting 1-tapped, but should hopefully let me get through the packs a little easier. Let's see here. I guess we'll go this way. What do we have? That, and I'm still crit vulnerable too. I still need to address that. The old Falcon Fists. So what do I want to do here? I feel like I put 3 more points in there. And then I like the thought of getting 5 points into that for the more ignite damage when I pop Holy Aura. we got another boss. See if we can get a better blessing here. Kind of laggy. That was weird. The frames kind of dropped through the floor there. Try him again. Give it a second this time for the map to load. No. I'm just getting bashed. Yeah, got to do another node. Yeah, see, I feel like this is already too high for me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I really want to play a Spin Pally, but it just seems like there's so many better builds. I thought this was going to go up, but apparently it's going to bring me way over here first. I mean, I feel like my leech is pretty good now, but my overall health and defenses are just not good enough. Which I think I've got all my resist capped, but my armor is pretty low. Well, damn. I'd have to get rid of the lightning damage. Woo, woo. Man, really? See, shit. Son of a bitch. My resists, I feel like, are... My physical is low and my necrotic is low. My armor is low. Definitely got some work to do here. This will go down. It's doing the weird thing with the audio again, too. Yeah, I'm just taking way too much damage. I mean, I stood right in the bomb that time, too. I looked over at OBS to see if there was some kind of encoding overload, and good lord, look at this. That's not a good sign. Let's drop it down to 300. 306. Let's try that instead. I mean, I got kind of ridiculous gear. That is the thing. Makes me think the build is just bad. Because, you know. Didn't go anything else. We'll try it one more time, though. Oh, I died on it. That's right. Still got wrecked. I was really low. Losing faith in my pally here. Like I said, the gear that I've got is, I mean, I don't have terrible gear. I got a shitty Eye of Reen. That was only 1 LP. But that's, I think, one of my worst items. Shame about the controversy. What controversy is that? Or which controversy, I guess I should say. Yeah, the game is running bad. I don't know if it's all the dot calculations or what. Oh, that's all bullshit. Don't listen to 90% of the stuff you read on Discord. See, man, if I could get that with +4 Warpath on it, that would be incredible. I mean, Augie's done a lot of dumb shit over the years, but those videos that have popped up over the last couple of years are complete bullshit. It's all rage bait. Very, very uneducated people that know very little about the game making those, that think they're experts. That's the problem. So yeah, I wouldn't sweat all that stuff. Like I said, Augie's done some dumb shit over the last decade, but there's no real current controversy with him. Ooh. Was right in it. I just can't survive the hit. Try it one more time. The first rule of DD2 is ignore the bullshit you read in Discord. Didn't make it out. I can't survive that one explosion. And my cold resist is good, too. 185%. It might be a physical hit. Try one more. There's a million things, you know, I'm not going to sit here and bash on it all day, but there's a million things that Augie has done poorly over the years. But on the same note, the game would not exist right now and would be shut down if Augie wasn't there. Could have got out of that. So it's a double-edged sword. He's caused a lot of the problems with the game, but he's also the only reason the game still exists. The previous owners were planning on shutting the game down when he bought it out. Or bought it back, I should say. Yeah, it's just, I don't get the framiness going on here all of a sudden out of nowhere. God dang, that was so close. Gotta actually do mechanics. I'm not used to that. I don't know, man. I'm thinking the Pally might be a lost cause. Yeah, pretty much everybody that has been playing it for a long time is thousands of hours in. I mean, if I gotta lower it too much further, it's just not even worth leveling up. I mean, I'm level 86 now. And I've got, like I said, I got Uber Aberoth gear on. $206. I'm not going to go any lower than that. If I can't handle it at 206, then I just can't handle it. That audio thing is weird, though. I'm not sure how much of that you guys are hearing through the stream. I don't know if it's just too many hits going off or what, but it just feels really, in these lags. Like, I mean, come on, really? What was that all about? Let me try restarting the game again. I mean, there's something going on here with it. I don't feel like I have that problem with other characters. There's something, definitely something weird going on. Taking forever to load back up, too. There we go. Might have to switch this guy up and make him a hammered in or something. Just give me my blessing. Yeah, just getting slapped at 200 corruption even. I don't know, it sucks. It's just the bosses that are an issue. Like, going through the maps are not too big of a problem. But I feel like I got a single target damage issue. And I mean, I feel like I'm getting ignites stacked up, but they're just not doing enough damage. See what we cap out at. Oh, we're only going to 200 here. I was going over 300 with the ignites. I wonder what happened there. I lost some attack speed somewhere. I don't know. I feel like I need more than that. %383%, but then another 300% on top of it. I don't have enough ignite duration. I need a fatty chest upgrade for that. I'm not sure what to do, how to fix this guy. And I don't feel right about using this, but if I don't use it, my health drops way too low. What else did I have? I think I was using that one, which obviously is not ideal. It drops my crit chance down too. Let's try it for a run. My health is way lower, but my armor is way higher. And it looks like I'm still resist capped on everything, so we're good there. I'm gonna have points to put back in. I mean, there's almost no point in trying that again. But I'm going to anyway. I got to get the blessing off the guy. or a better blessing off the guy anyway. Oof. Mm-hmm. There we go. Finally. Good Lord. Alright, what do we got? There it is. That should be huge. Pretty good roll, too. I think it only goes to 55%. Maybe I got a zone before it'll apply. Yeah, it was only 3%. Wow. Now, where do we go here? I mean, I guess I keep going into the Void Knight tree for some more survivability, but I'm not sure how much I'm getting off of that. Like, is 5% of their health going to be noticeable? And, I mean, my problem right now is surviving boss fights, so... I mean, I can always pull the points back out later. So we're 206. This should be just steamrolling, but let's see how it goes. Lost our haste. God, it feels so much slower without haste. Oh my God. Another one of those poison bombs. Jesus, they're everywhere. We'll roll on that. Ooh, 18 on that one. Let's see. Physical damage and level of judgment. Frailty and health. That actually, for my pally, if it hits, we need judgment to hit. It didn't. Ah, +2 on judgment. That might be okay for the judgment pally, though. Let's see what we get here. Poison damage, critical strike chance. I think that's insta-bricked. Like I said, my problem with Judgment is I don't enjoy the playstyle a ton. But I think it's just the way to go if you're gonna pally. Either that or maybe a Hammered in. But I gotta get to survivability in check, you know? You see people doing these different poison builds and bleed builds and stuff, and they're doing so much damage. I'm not really sure how they're getting that, and I can't seem to get it with Ignite, even using like that T8 mod. Javelin, I've just never really cared for the playstyle, personally. Oh man, we didn't roll anything else on that. God dang it. I'm just gonna scrap it. Shit. I don't know, I got such mixed emotions. I don't even like the Hammered in builds. Not a huge fan of them either. Maybe if I tried a different Judgment build, like the Judgment Spammer build. I was trying like that Judgment Aura build. And I mean, it was good, and I felt super, super tanky, like on the verge of unkillable. What's going on there, Lunastar? How you doing? Maybe I sword and board it. Then I wouldn't have to worry about going into crit chance, and I could just stack the crap out of all the ignites. Shoot. What was that? Low crit multi-roll. We'll pass on that one. I mean, if I went with block-based, it would 100% solve my survivability issues. I don't think I'll be able to get the Ignite stacks up quick enough, though. I feel like if you're going to use a shield, just go Judgment. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm being overly picky. See, what did we get on that? That's all right. That's all right too. Lunastar, thank you so much. Let's reforge one and see what happens. Ignite and fire resist. Lesson learned. Don't hit reforge on an otherwise functional piece. Thank you so much there, Lunastar. I do appreciate you. Do not hit the reforge button. Oh, god dang it, man. I don't know. I got to do something. This is definitely not cutting it. Is there any shields that are good fire shields? Let me see. I've got that Judgment shield. 'Cause, 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 'C It's definitely boring. Is that a Chaos Orb? How did you get that Chaos Orb thing? Or is that something else? On your chat tag. I don't know. Let's try a map with a shield on. I mean, obviously I'm not spec'd into it, but yeah, Twitch won't let you pass links. Is that one of the current PoE drops? On until the 15th? I'll have to get that. Definitely one of the cooler looking chat badges I've seen. Oh, okay, that's the gift reward. No, wrecked. I don't know, I got mixed emotions on this pally here. I wanted to look at that. So yeah, see, there's just too much to remove. All right, there's one. It's a 50-50. Look at the forge potential, though. Ah, boo. We removed the good ethics. Yeah, this is not good, though. My timeline is turning into a mess. I don't know. Like I said, right now, I've got all of my damages mixed. I've got a lot of fire damage, but I also have a lot of dot damage. And I feel like if I would have went straight fire damage and not gone dot damage on everything, you know, I could always try it with the neck again, too. The fire neck to spread the ignites around. Let's mix it up here. Let's try getting rid of that. We'll go with that. That might brick my resistances. Let's try that. Chubby Tubby with the prime. Thank you so much. Let's see here. My resistance is bricked. Partially. Not fully bricked. That should have taken my crit chance way too high. 103%. So yeah, I got a little bit more crit than what I need. See if that smite helps out. No, I'm not spec'd into smite. Or yeah, I am. I never unspec that. Why did I not unspec that? Gives me a little bit more health because there's a percentage health roll on that amulet. Here's the old Sci-Tech Scepter. I got like half a page of them now or something stupid. Wow, look at how slow she is burning. Holy crap. Jeez. It actually felt a little bit better with Smite. I don't know if that's all in my head or what. Let's keep going here. Yeah, I don't know. It feels, to me, it feels better with the smite added in. But, I mean, you saw my single target on that Liath. It's just so bad. You know? Well, let me try to see if there's a difference with the boss. Look at that, 26%. I couldn't have got him 1 more percent lower for the shield to just rot away while he's in the invulnerable stage. What's up, Steven? How you doing? Ooh. That was uncomfortably close. It actually, the boss burn felt better too. Maybe the smite is doing more than I think it is. I mean, I got nothing into the... I didn't even take the spell damage down here. I mean, I got all the fire scaling. What does it say my... Oh, yeah. See, the ignite damage cut in half without having that axe. You're good? Just tired? That's fair. Ignite chance shot up, but bleed chance dropped down. All right, which one is the armor while channeling one? Is that Fall of the Empire, or is that Spirits of Fire? Let me look real quick. Actually, it might... No, this is a Paladin today. Fire Paladin. I can't remember which one it is. Let me look real quick. Or no, the armor... Spirits of Fire is the one with the flat armor. All right, I'm going to have to do that one. So let's head on over to Spirits of Fire. We'll take it up to 200 as well. And try to farm it there. I don't know. It feels better. I mean, this is only Corruption 100, so I think you can't really compare it there. That takes me to 201. Still just a big single target issue. I mean, that was Corruption 100. That guy should have just evaporated. You know? All right, y'all, let me go grab a drink of water real quick. I'm just going to leave it right here. I'm not going to change scenes. I'll just be 1 second. Be right back. All right. I have returned. Yeah, the smite bombs feel really, really good. And they're applying that spreading the flames too, which, I mean, that's just a 1 dot, but I think the biggest part is my ignites are getting spread all around from the neck. You know, I got so many of those things now. I guess I could... we can just bump it up and go. To get the... hopefully get the blessing anyway. These guys got so much crap that they like to throw on the ground. Ooh, I may have should have gotten him a little lower, huh? No, we got him. Now, hopefully I get lucky and get the right one. Frailty, dodge. Well, shred fire resist is pretty good, too. We'll take that for now. I think eventually I'll probably want the armor. But definitely nothing wrong with shred and fire resist. And that probably goes up way higher too. What was that roll? 45%. Actually, it probably only goes to 50. I feel like, how do you not take the armor roll on that? But on the same note, how do you not take shred fire resist? That's a tough call on that one. And I could always go with those fire tornado gloves too, and hope that I don't have a mana issue. But those shred fire resist as well. Oof. Well, at least I completed it first. It's still, that audio is all janked again. Maybe it's something on my machine doing that. But the audio is definitely janked. I'm not really sure what it could be. Let me see something. And of course, when I don't want a confluence, we get them to pop. I just want to get some XP now. I'm going to restart it again. But there's definitely something weird going on with the audio. Like I said, to me, it sounds distorted or something. Let me restart it one more time here. I don't know. If it pops up again, I'm going to dive into my machine a little bit and find out what's going on with it. But there's definitely some kind of a weird, like, distorted type sound going on. And then after I restart the, pardon me, after I restart the game, it's fine for a while. So I'm not 100% sure what it could be. All right. I think we go one more. I'm going to go 5 points into that before I start dumping into Pally again. So one more point there. What level am I? 88. So I still got a few more points coming, but... it's not really going all that great. It's, I've tried a couple of different variations now to change the build up a little bit, and it doesn't feel good. And with the gear investment I've got going on right now, you'd think it would feel a lot better than it does. Cold damage we rolled on that. That's a bummer. That's a brick. But it feels like there's a real single target damage issue. Particularly when we get to bosses and stuff like that. Oof, wrecked. Multi-strike, boo. And then I'm not sure if it's the build, my last hot fix, or my computer, but there's something going on after I play a few maps. There's something weird happening with the audio. Like something's going janky on the audio. attunement and health with poison damage. Boo. I mean, some mobs it feels fine. Others it feels all, you know. That, and I am still just incredibly squishy. $20 Weaver's will on that, but such a garbo shield. Part of me wants to try. Pardon me. Part of me wants to try going back up to 300 corruption with the smite. Oof. And just see how it feels overall. Because it definitely feels better. But I don't think this build could ever do... not in its current form anyway. I don't think it could do, you know, 1,000 corruption or whatever. I don't think that's realistic at all. Audio is holding good for the moment. Dude is cooking. The audio seems to be hanging in there for now. Did I just jinx it? Hopefully not. Yeah, it sounds fine now. It's the main place you notice it when it starts acting up is in the sound of the warpath hits. Like they end up sounding really distorted. But we'll see how long it happens, you know, I've restarted the game like 5 times today. So I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's something with the game or something with my machine or what. Or something with the build. I mean, this feels relatively smooth here. I'm still going to have the single target issues on the bosses, but as far as clearing the map, this feels pretty decent. You know what it is? Oh, is it the pet? Causing memory leaks or something? All right, let's see. Huh. Looks like I wasn't. Maybe I don't have an orb weaver. Let me see. I know these work. Let's just go with these. Oh, the Thread Strider. Okay. So it was this guy. Well, let's check it out. See if it comes back. Yeah, so far so good. You know what? We had a confluence here. There it is. Let's go back through there and get the corruption up. I mean, this feels pretty decent here. Oh, there was another one there. Like I said, when you don't want them, they're popping up everywhere. When you do want them, no dice. Yeah, my single target is just so bad. I mean, this is a Lobby confluence here, you know? Thought I was inside it. Apparently not. I don't know, y'all. I think the build is a dud. God damn it, man. It's just taken so long to get through the fight because the damage is so bad. That it's only a matter of time before I stand in something that goes boom, you know? Where, like, the Void Knight, for example, I can just stand in that stuff. Even with my low health. I mean, obviously, I move out of some things, but... But I'm not feeling good about this one. Crazy too. It's such a, as a twink anyway, it's such a great starter. You blast through the campaign so crazy fast. And then the second you get to monoliths, it just, like, dies off. Fuck. I think I'm gonna bail on it, y'all. This is just terrible. Like I said, I feel like I got to go back to Judgment. Or, I mean, I haven't tried being a hammered in or whatever. I still haven't done it yet. I know what I want to do. I kind of worked it out in my mind on the planner. But I haven't actually done it yet. I mean, how the first Orbis is still alive? I mean, come on, right? I'm just not putting out enough damage. Need to be able to get like 2 to 3 times as many Ignite stacks going, I think, is the deal. Oh, man. Terrible with the splitty bombs there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shit. I'm screwed, huh? Oh my god. Those little blood globe thingies that travel around are so hard to see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I could get like 200 more stacks of Ignite going, like maybe double what I've got going, it might turn out a little bit better. But it definitely doesn't feel incredible. All right, let's drop it down to 300 and try to run some echoes at that. Yeah, I mean, just getting through those guys is a chore. There's 317. Like I said, things definitely, everything feels a little bit better with the smite. You would think that wouldn't be the case, but it does. Or maybe not. Try this again. Spin to Win Summoner is soon. I've already got him through the campaign. I just need to start playing him. Yeah, I'm getting slapped way too hard here. Try one more. Well, I'm going to have to go through one of these dead ones. I think the Forge Guard is going to have the opposite problem of the Pally. Like, I think that the single target damage will be really good on the Forge Guard. Going spin to win minions. But I feel like the clear is not going to be great. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that with this level of investment on my Void Knight, I would just be walking through all this stuff. Yeah, the Forge Guard. You go into down here, Forged Weapons. And then you go into Forge Strike as well and increase the number of weapons you can have and the power they do and everything. The single target, I think, is going to be really, really good on that. This is definitely too much for me on the Pally. I mean, I feel like this is just a lost cause. I'm glad I didn't get too carried away with the gear, but I did sink like... I want to say I sunk like 3 million gold into the Pally last night. But this is just not getting it. It's just not enough damage. And I don't know what the trick is. I know that you can get Ignite Duration on the chest as well. And I've got it on my helmet now. So you'd want Ignite Duration on your chest also. And then, I mean, wait, you just gotta stack a ton of Ignite Chance. Maybe I didn't go high enough into Ignite Chance. And I went too much into damage. I'm not sure. And then having to dump all those affixes into crit for the Eye of Reen is a double-edged sword. I mean, you get the free multis. $211, that should be doable. But, I mean, look right now. Okay, I didn't put crit there. We got crit there. We got crit there. We got crit there, crit there, crit there. I mean, all those crit rolls would be more ignite chance or more fire damage or whatever. I'm wondering if you could do an attunement stacker reflect build. I mean, you're just better off going judgment then. If you're going to do that, just go judgment, right? I don't know. We'll run through a couple more maps here. Good lord, man. I'm just getting exploded by everything. I mean, that obviously I stood in it, but... Like, keeping the 30 stacks of Irene seems like a non-issue as long as there's enemies around to hit. But yeah, I got 100 more health than what I did Corruption 1000 on the Void Knight. Now, I knew that there was a problem on the Void Knight, too. See, last point here. And then we'll go Pally. Pardon me. 5 points there, and we get the 50% increased night damage ignite when we pop Holy Aura. Does this show my fire resist shred here anywhere? Probably doesn't, huh? The red bordered items. Do you mean like legendary items? Like that? Items turn from purple or from a unique color to that purple border when you enchant them. So what they are, it is called legendary gear, but what happens is you see that legendary potential on that chest? That means I can put one enchantment onto the chest. And when I put the enchantment on the chest, it will then turn it to having a purple border like that. It just means that it's enchanted, basically. And you do that at the Temporal Sanctum dungeon. You run in the dungeon. And after you kill the last boss, you get a box will pop up that gives you the option of putting a unique in it and then putting a exalted item in it, and then it moves one of the exalted affixes over to the unique item. You have to have the dungeon unlocked, but you don't have to be max level now. You only... I mean, I would prioritize finishing the campaign first, because you're not going to have really gear worth doing that to until you finish the campaign. But you can... Technically, you can do it after you do Act 4 if you do the... Like, I still haven't done the mission yet. There's an area called the Oracle's Abode that you'll go to. And it will unlock the Sapphire Tablet mission here. My shred armor chance is relatively low. And then by completing that Sapphire Tablet mission, it unlocks the Temporal Sanctum dungeon. And then you have to have a key for it to be able to go into the dungeon. Which you'll find a bunch of those, but just keep playing through the campaign if you're at campaign, though. Yeah, generally speaking, what you do is you have your starter for a season, and you play through the game naturally on your starter, and then you can make an alt, and you can use gear that's all jacked up, but you get unique items that have a low level requirement and a high legendary potential, and you can blast the campaign absurdly fast. Like, I ended up doing my Forge Guard, I leveled through the campaign as a Paladin, and I ended up completing the entire thing, and well, yeah, I did the entire thing, and I want to say it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Stack a bunch of run speed on your stuff, and then like there's a scepter. Can't remember what it's called. There's a scepter that has fire damage spreading, or it adds a new dot spreading the flames, which is just crazy, crazy strong through the campaign. So if you get one of those and you enchant it, then of course it's like broken tier, and you basically just run through the campaign as fast as you can. But if you're just starting, you're not going to have access to that stuff. That's what you do for an alt, not for your starter. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that a lot of people like about Last Epoch, is it's got much more depth than a Diablo game, but it's not quite as overwhelming as a Path of Exile game. Which PoE 2 isn't exactly overwhelming, but PoE 1, you can get lost in that real quick. Yeah, you find that it's just kind of a waste of time to pick items up and sell it for gold. I mean, once you get to the point, the higher the difficulty you're playing, the more gold you're going to earn. But like last night, I played on my Void Knight at Corruption 1000, and I made 2 million gold like really, really quick. Well, within, I want to say within like 3 hours, I made 2 million gold last night. I mean, what have I made today? Like today, I'm playing lower difficulty. I've only made about 200,000 gold. And I'm coming up on being online for 3 hours. All right, see if we can get a better roll on that stripping. Man, I keep these guys on top of each other here. That would be awesome. Shit. We got him. All right. 44%. 1% less. There's that armor roll. I'm going to keep the fire shred, though. One thing you'll find is a lot of the... Well, for Last Epoch, they're pretty decent, but... Yeah, a lot of the rogue builds are heavily gear dependent. I think with the rogue, now don't quote me on this, because I'm not a rogue expert, but... I think going like a Falconer, a Ballista Falconer, is probably the way to go for going through the campaign. Lucalia would probably know. Let's go Falconer. No, there's a gold cost associated with it, but I mean, it's not... Respecking a bad build is more valuable than any amount of gold, so don't sweat that. That, and I mean, you're super early in the game, so you probably don't have enough points where it's really going to matter that much to respec. Just start putting points into the Falconer stuff. And, I mean, I'm sure you'll get through the campaign. At a minimum, at least, like, a lot of the campaign stuff is optional. No, the merchant stuff is the other one. COF is Circle of Fortune. Circle of Fortune, you get a tremendous amount of loot, but one thing you'll find when it comes to, like, fine-tuning a set of gear is you'll get a whole lot of loot that's not very useful, where in merchants you can just buy it outright. I still got mixed emotions on it. I mean, I like the thought of Circle of Fortune way better than I like merchants. But I've just had too many seasons now where I went COF and regretted it. But yeah, that's the two choices. You got Merchant's Guild and the Circle of Fortune. And you can swap back and forth, but you lose all of your progress, of course. Well, yeah, if you're playing offline, then trade is not an option. There's no other players. So yeah, if you're playing offline, just Circle of Fortune is the only option. It seems like I'm not hearing the distorted stuff anymore, so it may have been that, Pat. You're probably right on that. I wonder what it's doing. It's probably causing like a memory leak or something. I'm not sure. But it was definitely doing something. It was fine last season. Yeah, Diablo 4 is just a very different thing. Like, Diablo 4 seasons, me and Aramir and the group that I usually play with are normally, like, AFK farming Uber bosses by the second day. Diablo 4 is for very, very casual players. So if you're a grinder, you're just going to get capped out really, really fast. You know? Attunement and health on a ring. Low health roll, but actually low attunement roll too, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. This build is a bust. Attunement's just one of the main stats. Different stats or different pieces of gear will scale different things. Attunement being one of them. But if you look at your character sheet, it tells you what each stat does. Idle over there, but it's Idle of Frost, which means it's got a cold something on it, probably, huh? Cold Resist. That's actually a great mana roll. Well, yeah, I mean, you're playing offline. There's no other players, you know? Offline is offline, and no option for trade. Nothing wrong with that. PoE 2 is just early. It's a very early access game. It's still like in alpha stages. It will be really good, I'm sure. But you know, needs time to cook. See, I rolled that one and screwed it, huh? I want to try to reforge it again. Oh, man, I really screwed it that time. Let's not use that one. I gotta quit reforging idols. I screw them up every time. That one's with lightning damage. What about damage over time? I got no more of them with damage over time. Let's do this. Because I do need more armor shred. I'll have to re-roll that one. But I do need more armor shred. See if that extra armor shred did much of a difference on the boss. Doesn't look like it did shit. I mean, I'm getting more stacks, but it's so little. All right, come on, give me a max roll. Exact same roll. Oh, wait a minute, that's fire resist. I didn't get it this time. We got armor, though, but I'm going to stick with that one. Do the dropped runes? No, runes are just a crafting material. There's no change to them. So, I mean, you do higher difficulty content, you'll find more of them. But they just drop. There's no different tiers of them or whatever. Man, I feel like I just swap over to my shaman here because I don't feel like I'm making any progress on this guy. Same thing with the shards. Each shard is worth 1 level, so there's no levels to shards. You want to get something to tier 5, you need 5 shards and enough forging potential to use the shards. But the same thing there. I mean, you'll just end up getting overloaded with shards, and then if there's any specific shards that you need that you're low on, you can, if you find gear that has that roll on it, you can shatter it and get the shards off the gear. The crafting system is really good. All right. Over here and down. Or maybe not. There you go. Down and around.
Stand down or die.
I don't have a whole lot of time today. That's why I haven't swapped over, but I do feel like that this character or this build is bust. Just not good enough. It's super cool and fun to play, but it's just not good. And it's so good early is the weird part. It's just the later you get in the game, the worse it becomes, and it falls off really, really fast. Let's go down and do this confluence, and then we'll just leave this monolith at 1,000 until I decide what I want to do with this guy. All right, let's see if we can get this one done. Oof. Damage is just so bad. Uh-oh. That was close. Oh, walked right into it. I think I'm just going to leave this one here, y'all. It's back to the drawing board. I actually have a lot of the Judgment gear already. So making the swap is easy. Like, I've already got a shield. I've already got gloves. I'm not sure what else we use in this one. But I've already got a bunch of the stuff. So swapping over to Judgment just will be super, super easy. I can even use this axe as my primordial until I decide what I want to do with it. But I think that's the thing to do. And basically with Judgment, you got some decisions to make. You can go up this way and get rid of the cooldown and raise the mana cost of it. But this allows you to spam it. And then you just have to focus on getting your mana back. But you also get this more damage per 1 mana. So it's 100% more damage. Just with the 50 mana cost there. And then another option is to go up to this aura. And with the aura, you can pop it and it'll last for a while. And the consecrated ground will travel along with you. I think this one's more fun, but I think this one's more powerful. And then additionally, you can go reflect with that new chest piece. And with that one, you're going to be stacking attunement. And you got this 2% increased area and +3 melee damage per attunement while unarmed. So then you would be using the reflect chest, but then you don't have a weapon. Because you have to go with an empty weapon slot. Now, does that count for a shield too? It says no weapon in your main hand or offhand, so I'm assuming you can use a shield. The shield is fine. I'm very curious about that one. I think the only way to make it work really is to go with the reflect build. Would be the only smart way to do it, right? Like, it wouldn't be worth going unarmed without it. And then I've got most of the gear already sitting here to do that sort of build. But anyway, y'all, a little bit of a shorty today. You guys know Sunday, we do family stuff. Sunday afternoon. So my mother-in-law is actually taking us out to dinner. So I'm going to have to hop off here. Now, tomorrow, I probably won't be live. Normally, Monday, I do farm day and work out on the farm. And it depends on how the weather is going to be tomorrow. If it's going to be crazy hot, then I'll just stream and I'll put it off till Tuesday or Wednesday. But if the weather's going to be cool, I'm going to have to get out and do some, spend a little quality time out on the tractor. But anyway, y'all, so a little bit of a short one today. Like I said, I do apologize there. I'll be back either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on tomorrow's weather. And thank you all a ton for hanging out. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Tuesday. Take it easy, y'all.